Hello and welcome. We are talking today about the medic. They just released a video out recently and it looks pretty good actually. So let's just get into it. First off, we have the prime perk Regenerator. After restoring 250 total health to allies, regain a spent relic charge. Resting or respawning at the World Stone resets the healing accumulation. Each additional player increases the healing requirements by 50%. Now, straight up, this is stated in the video that it is yourself, allies, and companions. Now, my question is if you have the medic on along with an alert, does that make it so that the passive regeneration that the dog receives applies to that? If not, you don't have a passive there, but it's really easy to get the rock charges back. Now, it's 250 right off the bat if you're playing solo. If you play with one other person, it will go up by the 50%. So it will go up to 375 and then 500 for a third player. Next, we're going to talk about the damage perk, which is Invigorated. Grants 25% increase to all damage and 5% crit chance. Damage increases with medical level. Now, straight up, this is just a flat rate. This is very good. This is one of the damage perks that don't require you to do something else. That just gives you a flat rate. And this flat rate looks pretty good compared to the others a little bit. They're all in the same vein, but this one looks pretty good compared to the others. Benevolence is the team perk, which is increased relic efficiency by 15% and heals nearby allies for 30% of the total healing value, increasing to 60% for any allies below 35% max health. Now, what I would say is Benevolence is not the best, considering there's other ways you can heal people, but is still useful due to the fact that it is an alternative way to heal people. And I'm a little bit curious because they kind of hinted at with the relic perk it being affected when you are resing someone else. So if you are resing someone else and you get this team perk pop off, I would say it's very good. It's actually worth its salt in a sense. Now let's get to the utility perk. Backbone. Increases hits mechs can take before losing gray health by 2. If you don't know what gray health is, it is regeneration over time for a certain amount of damage that you took. Now this increases it that you can be hit 2 extra times and you will still keep that gray health from before. So you will have a massive gray bar if you constantly just get hits and allow it to get refilled. Now, in most games, they have it where you only get small amounts back. You can get a small amount back, but if you get hit again, you lose that gray health immediately. Again, I wonder if this is applying to Rhyme perk. If it is, cool. If it isn't, kinda sucks. But it allows you to keep up where you went. And now for the last perk, Relic perk, Benefactor. Increase relic use speed by 20% and relic use gains -1 stagger. Now, this goes into wording and all that. When you use the relic, either to heal yourself or heal someone else, you increase that speed by 20%. The -1 stagger means that you just don't get staggered. They say that in the video. It's real quick quotes that they say, which is easily missed. Where before in Challenger, they said you gain 1 stagger. The stagger was referring to a skill that the challenger can use to prevent themselves getting staggered, but here it says -1 rather than +1 in a sense. They need to keep their terminologies make sense. They should just say relic use makes it so that you're unstaggered. You're not staggered. That's it. Just say that. All right, now let's get on to the skills. So the first skill we get is Wellspring. Wellspring is just pretty much the heal you could get in Remnant from the Ashes. The basic first one, I think it was called Mending Aura. This is basically the same thing, where you channel healing energy into your fists, punch a hole in the ground, create a 3-meter healing spring AoE, which restores 10.5 health per second, and greatly increases Blight Decay rate last 15 seconds. Blight Decay rate is new. Because the one before just healed you. But now you can reduce stats effects. So basically you just throw down an aura, that's it. Healing. So basically Wellspring is just a classic healing aura. If you play Destiny 2, it's basically a little aura you place on the ground. It's very simple, is what I'm trying to say. There's not much you can say about this one. Alright, for the next skill, Healing Shield. Medic quickly expels healing energy to shield all allies within 25 meters for 100% of their max health for 10 seconds. While shielded, allies regenerate 30% of their max health over the duration. Now, Healing Shield seems pretty good. It is a heal and a shield. Really good, and you will take this over Wellspring. And you'll see... Alright, the next skill, Redemption. Now, this is like the ultimate skill that the medic has, and it is medic unleashes 30 meters shockwave that revives down enemies and restores 75% max health over 10 seconds. For each additional 1 second holding of the skill button, the heal gains an additional 75%, up to 300% max. Revive allies will only receive 25% of the healing amounts. If revived, allies cannot be revived again by redemption for another 150 seconds. Resets at World Stone or on death. And the cooldown is 126 seconds. So legitly you can revive. It's a free revive for everyone 30 meters. And then you can do relic stones and all that. And if they go down again, you get them up with a stone, you can pop redemption again, and then they can get right back up. But then again, you have to wait 126 seconds. But basically, showing this off, really redemption seems pretty good. Like, medics have the one thing that I have not noticed with the other 3 classes that they've shown, where their skills generally like seem like an improvement over the past one. Like Wellspring, basic healing, basic low-level skill. Healing Shield is like the next step up, really good. Definitely better than Wellspring. And then Redemption is just the be and all be all. Like, that is your ultimate skill. It feels like an ultimate skill. Challenger's probably the only other one that got like anywhere close to their skills feeling like a progression. But you're doing like damage skill to a buff skill to a better buff skill. And it just feels weird. While this is healing, better healing, best healing. Alright, let's get on to the last thing. Trait. Triage. Basically, you just increase your healing. Yeah, that's it. Up to 50% extra. That's simple. Yeah, I say that's good. It makes sense with the class. So, in the end, I would say meta class seems pretty good. And if you are playing, I would say a hardcore run, honestly, definitely be picking Challenger. But then it's going to be a toss-up between Handler and this class, honestly. Thinking about it. Because either one you get, you're going to be sticking with that one. Because the Handler has a free revive with the Doggle. Along with the Challenger's revive. Seems pretty good. But then if you instead get the Medic, you just get healing for days? I can honestly see like Medic being a contender for like good hardcore players instead of Challenger. But the first couple days, hardcore, yeah, no, people are going to do Challenger until they get the hang of the bosses, unless they play the basic game first. Then I can see Medic being the close second. So I can see like almost all these classes people definitely picking at the beginning. Like they're good. We just have one more left to see. Hopefully it's good as these rest. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.